Well,
Hold on. Tim, you want me to start?
yeah, why don't we start? Start it
I gotta
off.
blow my nose. Let me blow my
Let him blow his nose.
It's on.
It's been carried now for like 4 months.
Yeah. All right, it's 8:02. I'm going to start. I'm going to call to order the Wyckoff Township Committee meeting.
Can we bring a couple of kids up to do the flag
Yeah.
salute, a couple of these kids?
Can I have some, you want to do the flag salute? You want to come up?
A couple of kids, yeah.
We could have a couple kids could come up.
If you're under age 20, come forward to help us with the
Yes,
pledge.
let's help. Come on up. I want the boys and girls to do the flag salute.
That's a great
Okay.
idea.
All right, you ready?
Oh, hold on.
Face the flag. Go ahead, lead us.
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain standing. We have the invocation by Reverend Joseph from the Advent Lutheran Church.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming.
Almighty God, bless the public servants and the government of this town, so that they may do their work in a spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice. Help them to use their authority to serve faithfully and to promote our common life. Amen.
Thank you. All right, be seated.
Thanks, guys.
Joyce, can I have a reading of the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Sure. This regular meeting of the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff is now in session. In accordance with Section 8 of the Open Public Meeting Act, I wish to advise that notice of this meeting has been posted on the bulletin board in Memorial Town Hall. Copies been filed with the Township Clerk. Copies were sent to the Ridgewood News, the Record, and North Jersey Herald and News. All newspapers with general circulation throughout the Township of Wyckoff. At least 48 hours prior to the meeting, the agenda was posted, filed, and mailed to the papers, and I note those present.
All right, thank you, Joyce.
You're welcome.
All right, can I get a motion for public comment period, 5 minutes per speaker, for public comment on any governmental issue that a member of the public feels may be of concern to residents of the Township of Wyckoff?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Buckman?
Public comment.
All right, here we go. Just state your name and address for the record.
I hope I remember my name. Toby Bizzub, 479 Weymouth Drive in Wyckoff. To the Township Committee, I'm encouraged to see that this turf field project is actually moving forward. A lot of the support of this turf field project has really come from parents whose children have aged out, and as far as we're all concerned, this has been a long time coming. As a football father, alumni, I can't express to you what the program has meant to my son, and the rec programs in general in Wyckoff have meant to my children. So I'm just grateful that you're supporting this project and puts us on par with some of the other great towns here in Northwest Bergen County.
Thank you, Mr. Bizzub, for your comments. Anybody else? Come on up.
Hi,
Did you have a comment?
I made it.
You made it.
Welcome.
Good evening, Michael Ferrara, 347 Orchard Road. Represent the Wyckoff Travel Baseball Boosters. The organization meets regularly. We've talked about the multi-purpose field project for a number of years. Been highly supportive of the efforts of the Township Committee to have this move forward. Really appreciate the efforts from Roger and the group to kind of get this with more momentum. But I just was happy to be here today. Missed the meeting last week due to business travel, but I want to let you know that the baseball boosters fully support the Wyckoff multipurpose field, and looking forward to being able to have the kids be able to enjoy that throughout both the spring and summer seasons.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for your service on the Parks and Rec Board, as well as your work with the baseball boosters. This project would not have gotten as far as it's gotten without the football boosters, Roger Schnorbush, and help from the baseball boosters, so thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, Jason Fox, 327 Meadowbrook Road. As a father of children who are aging in, I appreciate all the support of those who are aging out, and appreciate everything that the board has done to get this done, because it'll make my son's and my daughter's lives a lot easier. Thank you.
Thank you. And that same issue happened at Pullis, and, when people were planning that field, a lot of the parents that did that wound up aging out, including our attorney, Rob Landell, who'll be here shortly. He had his children age out of playing at Pullis, and they played on the dirt, basically the grass and then dirt, and it turned to dirt by the end of the season. And Roger, unfortunately, his children are aging out of it too. So, but thank you still for supporting it, because that's just something that we tend to do in Wyckoff. We try to make it better. We try to make what we do better, even if our children may not get the benefit from it. So thank you. Anybody else?
Seeing none, motion to
I would
close to the public.
I would just like to mention before we close that from this side of the dais, we appreciate everything that the group here has done tonight, but in all honesty, from this side of the dais, we all need to thank Tom Madigan for his work since the first of the year, because he was the one that really pushed it from our side. He really, really did. He kept moving the ball forward, not to use a football analogy, but he kept moving the ball forward. And Tim was part of it too. I was kind of just along for the ride. I support it, but I was kind of just along for the ride. And you and we all need to thank Tom for the work he did here.
Yes.
Since the first of the year.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pushing it since 2017. Soon as Roger had that first kickoff at the Brick House. So we've been supporting of that and trying to get this thing to the point it would be able to be done and that the township could make its contribution. From going down to Bergen County and speaking to the freeholders in order to get the grant, to making sure that we got a grant for our open space for Maple Lake so that we could touch the money from our open space fund and not jeopardize, Maple Lake. So we're in a good place, and we couldn't have got there without a large contribution from the football boosters of $400,000. So thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and again, I just was happy. I had the opportunity, because I know Melissa Rubenstein's been working on the field project with Tim, and, I think we were fortunate that we had her enthusiasm, her support, and, she was so pleased to be introduced to Roger Schnorbush in particular, with their very spirited exchange, but every exchange with Roger is spirited. But I think we're all supporting it, we're all in favor of it, we think it's great for the community, and some people are coming in, some people are gonna be in the middle of it, some people are aging out, but it's a real tribute to what we do, not only for our town, but for our kids, our families, and everything that Wyckoff's all about. So thank you to everybody, and those that aren't here, we thank them even more.
Yeah, so you mentioned me. Roger and I, from day one, we had, as they said, a spirited conversation, but we pushed them. We pushed them on finances, we pushed them on feasibility, and they hit every milestone that we asked them to hit. And so I'm just really, really happy to be here tonight and to see this come to fruition. And I'm just starting in the program with a cheerleader and a little football player, and I couldn't be more thrilled for this.
And thanks for coming back from vacation, too. I know it was
Yeah,
not
sorry
easy.
for being late. I just drove down from Cartwright Water Park in Monticello about 5 minutes ago. But I made it in the nick of time.
Thank you. Before, I'm gonna move to close in a minute. I just wanna mention Scott Fisher too, who's rolled his sleeves up for this project and really put a lot of effort into it the last several months. So thanks to Scott Fisher as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. I move to close the discussion now.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, can I get a motion for approval of the February 4th, 2020 Township Committee Work Session and regular business meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mayor Shanley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Joyce, can you read the consent agenda?
All matters listed below are considered by the Township Committee to be routine in nature. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If any discussion is desired by the Township Committee, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Resolutions adoption of the following. 2132, Development Disabilities Awareness Month of March. 133, Authorize acceptance of grant award for Russell Farms Community Park improvements. 134, Update fee schedule for the use of recreational facilities and participation in recreation programs. 135, Payment of bills. 136, Computation of reserve for uncollected taxes for the 2020 budget. 137, Award contract for provision of summer recreation camp. 138, Return of certain overpaid taxes, etc. 139, Award contract for pay-to-pay compliance. 141, Invoke Title 59 Plan and Design Immunity. 142, Authorize shared service contract. 143, Authorize 2019 LoSAP qualifying participants. And 145, Authorize road closure. Motions to approve junior firefighter Matthew Benke to regular volunteer status for fire company number 3. Appoint Christopher Pernetti to unexpired term previously held by Ann Smith on Parks and Recreation Advisory Boards. Appoint Bridget Bogart, Planning and Design, as municipal planner for 2020 review of master plan, and Rossi. Approve fireworks on Saturday, September 12th, with a rain date of September 13th. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
All right, I'm going to vote yes, but I want to make special note of our junior firefighter, Matthew Benke, to regular volunteer firefighter. Kind of missed me in the first round, so congratulations to him and all our volunteer firefighters. I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Shanley?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we have the ordinance now. Mr. Chairman, I have ordinance number 1905 entitled An Ordinance to Provide a certain capital improvement in the Township of Wyckoff and to provide for the receipt, acceptance, and deposit of grant funds and donated funds, and to appropriate municipal open space funds, therefore, and to authorize appropriations of $925,000. For second reading by title only, a copy of the ordinance has been posted on the bulletin board in Town Hall, where public notices are customarily posted, and copies have been made available to members of the general public who have requested the same.
I move the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mayor Shanley?
Yes. This is the time and place for public hearing on ordinance number 1905, and all persons who wish to be heard, please state your name and address making your statement.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to comment.
Sure.
I just want, just for the record, I just want to reinstate that this is a wonderful ordinance. We're going to be moving forward. And just so it's in the record, there are many advantages to our turf field project, including enhanced drainage, no use of sprinklers, conserving of water, no need to fertilize, no need to mow the fields, line the fields, nor maintain any of the clay components of the field. And again, as it's come up many times, and sometimes we don't really recognize it, the overall benefit to our Wyckoff recreation program is the inclusive use for football, girls softball, baseball, recreation soccer, adult softball, cheerleading, travel baseball, and softball. And this is an all-purpose recreation field with advantages of playing during and after inclement weather, and the field at Memorial that this will be on already has outdoor sports lighting.
Tim, if I may,
Yes, go
I
ahead.
had a lot of questions about this, especially 8 or 10 years from now when it comes to replacing the field. And I had a lot of questions. Excuse me, I got answers which I am satisfied with and I'm comfortable with, and it's my pleasure to support this, the resolution here.
Thank you. Melissa, anything? Nothing? All right, thanks you. I think this is a great public-private partnership that we've had with the football boosters and getting us to the point where we can move this ordinance, so.
I move that the public hearing and the ordinance be closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Wyckoff that ordinance number 1905B, and the same is hereby adopted. The municipal clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish a notice of final passage of said ordinance in the official newspaper for the township as provided by law.
And I move the resolution.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Absolutely,
Mayor
yes.
Shanley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Roger Snowbush, 10 Eland Drive, Wyckoff,
Point of
New Jersey.
procedure. Point of procedure.
Technically, Paul,
Point of
I'm going to let
procedure.
you go.
Okay, thank
Technically,
you.
it's-
Just want to personally thank everybody up here, everybody in the crowd that make this happen. It's a long journey, 3.5 years, and I got to tell you, we're not done till we can play our first game, so until completion, we're all here to help to get it done. Thank you very much. One special thanks. The last 2 years, unbelievable. Scotty Fisher, you guys have no idea what he does for the town. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I know you guys probably want to get moving. If you don't want to stay for the rest of our meeting, I could give you 2 minutes if you want to all
Run.
leave and run. So. Yeah, I think they're all heading to the brick house. That's why I said let them go. Plus they have some of the kids here that need to get home. Okay, Joyce, we have the resolutions that are not on the consent agenda.
Resolution not on the consent agenda, 2131, establish synthetic field turf user charge to recreation program registrations.
Okay, we need a motion on that one?
Motion?
So moved.
Oh, second.
Okay, Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mayor Shanley?
Yes.
Okay, and 2140, award contract for the purchase of synthetic turf field carpet.
So moved.
Seconded.
All right, just hold on. Okay, Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mayor Shanley?
Yes.
Motion not on the consent agenda, authorize advertised sealed competitive bidding for Memorial Field site preparation and construction in anticipation of the installation of the synthetic field carpet. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Boonstra?
Yes.
Mrs. Rubenstein?
Yes.
Mr. Madigan?
Yes.
Mayor Shanley?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Rob, I see you're in. Do you want to do an attorney report? Do you have
One
anything?
thing I want to report on, I probably should send an email, but I think you guys know we closed on Dennis before you Dennis last week, so.
Yes.
That's a great thing, we got a combination to get the key out of the lockbox, and we should work to secure that up, because we probably want a little more secure than
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, congratulations on that, and.
Just a note
Thanks.
on that, the appraisal was at $350 and we bought it for $100,000, so.
Great.
That's correct.
Excellent point, and
Your
I
guy.
wanted to pay more.
Yeah.
Well,
Your
Melissa said,
guidance,
don't pay
Melissa.
more, so he didn't pay
Yeah, we
more.
didn't.
So thank you.
Steered that ship. Fantastic.
Yep.
Great for the town.
Good work. Good work.
Very good.
I've been banging my head with.
No, and thanks Rob for all your work on that, because it took a
Yeah.
long time. And Tom, you watched that, we've been watching that for months now, so. You're, it's been years now.
Since I started with the firm, I started working on that project.
Yeah, I mean,
First Wyckoff project.
yeah, and since I've been on, we've been dealing with complaints from some of the neighbors about the condition of it.
All good things come to those who wait.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So,
Read it out,
good.
and you got a good deal. I'm working on 2 cell tower leases for town hall, and they're taking forever, but we're getting them back and forth.
Okay. Bob, do you have anything else?
I just wanted to say that I'm working on a resolution for next meeting where the governing body can accept a donation of a stone that was given to the Booster Club, which is given to the Township Committee, which will defray the
Construction costs of the field.
Construction costs of the field. So that resolution is in the works, and that's positive.
Great. All right. Melissa, do you want any comments? Or, you weren't here for a committee report?
I'll hold my committee report till the next meeting.
Okay. At this point, I think we just need a motion to go into closed session.
Now, I think what we need is a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, move to adjourn the business meeting.
the business
Second.
meeting. Need a second.
I second it.
Melissa?
All in favor?
Aye.
And we need a motion to reconvene the open work session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And now we need a motion to go into closed session.
There.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?